Happy Halloween, everybody. Before you ask, because I am in New York, I am a dead Knicks cheerleader. Yes. Okay. So now that we have that out of the way, my kid is a dead Jalen Brunson, so we kind of match. But no, happy Halloween. We are going to talk all things Diddy right now, and how fitting for Diddy that his first day in his new home, a federal prison in New Jersey, is on Halloween, because I'm sure it's very scary. So finally, he is at his new home until, as the Bureau of Prison website says, until May of 2028. This factors in his time served, serving 85% for possibly good behavior. And he was placed there. His team had requested this placement because they felt like it was a good fit. It's a minimum security prison. They thought that he didn't really need to be with other inmates who really have nothing to lose at a maximum security prison who might be serving, 35 plus years for red rum. Also, it was said to have a good drug therapy program to help him stay off drugs, stay clean. And also, it's close to his family, who is mainly in New York. Sorry, this scar is so funny. As I'm looking at myself, I'm like, wow, I did a good job with this one. I really look dead. No, just kidding. So yes, his first day was yesterday, October 30th. And I mean, we'll see what happens. He has also fast-tracked his appeal. Alexander Shapiro filed a motion to fast-track this. The government did not oppose this, which could signal to the Board of Appeals that, yeah, this makes sense to appeal this. Also, because appeals can take years, and he will be out of prison in 1 to 2 years. So again, I do most likely see this appeal happening quicker than I think a lot of people thought. So we'll see what happens there. And I also want to share with you all an interview I did yesterday with an ex-inmate at MDC who was in the same unit as Diddy, and also he served as Diddy's teaching assistant. Diddy created a program while he was in MDC, a business leadership program, where this guy told me it was every Friday, and it was a 2-hour course. And apparently it was crazy because for this course, they got Bloods, Crips, MS-13 members, all these gang members in the same room to learn from Diddy. So this guy ends up telling me all of this stuff yesterday. He actually clears up the knife to the neck incident, which it's not how it went down at all. I was surprised. I was also surprised that, not making a thing about this, but I was surprised that more people weren't talking about this interview, or it didn't get, I guess, recycled throughout different media outlets, because when the Daily Mail reported on the recycled knife story, it went viral. It went crazy. And I actually have factual information here. Like, this guy, this inmate, he was vetted. He literally, he even wrote a sentencing letter, or a letter on behalf of Diddy for sentencing, because he said how much Diddy changed his life. So I will go through. Actually, you know what? I'll play the clip as well, where he sort of clarifies the knife incident. But he discussed how truly Diddy changed his life by teaching him this course and just giving him life advice and whatnot. And I was curious about just Diddy in general, his demeanor in jail. If he, he's giving everybody advice. I was just curious, did he ever reflect on himself, his own decisions? Did he seem regretful at all? And, this guy, whose name is Raymond Castillo, he explained all of that. So you can actually go to lamag.com to read the article, and then it will link out to the actual video podcast as well. So I thought it was interesting as well, because Castillo told me that sometimes he would find Diddy walking in big laps, just in circles, and they would be like, "Hey, you okay, dude? Like, what the hell is this guy doing?" And Diddy would just be like, "Yeah, I'm just, I'm having a long conversation with God right now." But a lot of people would see this and be like, homie's losing it. But I asked, were people impressed with him? Did they not like him just for who he is? Whatever. And he said that at first people, they didn't want to like kiss his butt. They were kind of like, whatever. And then they got to know him and he was very humbled, as you can imagine, in jail. And then they all kind of were like, okay, he's okay. And Castillo told me that many of these guys grew up listening to him and listening to his music. So they couldn't really, they couldn't believe it. They referred to him as King. And I say this because he kind of not slipped up, but he's talking and telling a story to me. And he says, oh yeah. And I said, hey, King, to Diddy or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So they also referred to him as King. And he clears up the knife incident. I'm going to play a short that I posted on Twitter yesterday. This is really interesting because we were told by media outlets, and this kind of came from his lawyers, who may not have gotten the entire story correct. They didn't, because Brian Steele spoke about this incident during the sentencing, saying, Diddy's life is in danger. And don't get me wrong, he still had a knife pulled on him. It just wasn't the way that it went down that we were told. So yeah, we were told he woke up to a knife at his neck and a guard stopped it. Not what happened. Raymond Castillo tells me what happened because he was there and he broke this up. This is only a 1-minute clip, but I'll go on to tell you a little bit more after I play this. Oh, and it's me. Hold on. I'll get, as usual, guys, wait for me to get this up. Sorry.
He didn't wake up to with no knife to his neck.
I'm gonna.
He didn't wake up to with no knife to his neck. I recall the incident because I'm the one that.
Sorry. Let me just start all over. My gosh. Okay.
He didn't wake up to with no knife to his neck. I recall the incident because I'm the one that intervened when the incident was going on. He was watching TV actually when this happened. He was watching Basketball Wives.
Sorry.
And this West Coast gang member that was serving 30 years walked up to him and was really trying to take a chair from him that Diddy was already sitting on. The incident happened over a chair that nobody owns, that the facility owns. So he was trying to take this chair from Diddy. So Diddy, and mind you, Diddy wasn't scared. Diddy didn't flinch. He just stared the guy down and was asking the guy, your homeboy, why are you coming at me like that about a chair that don't belong to none of us? You see, I'm watching TV. And the guy got hostile. I don't know if he was trying to look for some clout or he was having a bad day. He got hostile with Diddy. But this is where I've seen Diddy's actual change. When the guy was getting hostile, Diddy tried to spread love to the guy and talk some positivity to the guy. He didn't wake up to with no knife to his neck.
So when he said that, I mean, there was many things that I took away from this, by the way. I mean, the fact that he was watching Basketball Wives, I had to laugh. I was like, wow. Also, isn't it crazy? Like jail and prison, it's like you're around a bunch of toddlers. It's like, that's my chair. No, that's my chair. I mean, really? So anyway, Raymond goes on to tell me that, he stood in the middle of these guys and was like trying to break it up. And that Diddy tells this guy after, like, yo, dude, you need God. And then he goes on to tell me that Diddy stuck up for this guy, the West Coast gang member who pulled the knife on him. Like they were going to transfer him, whatever. And Diddy's like, no, just let him stay. Who cares? Listen, this guy was vetted, Raymond Castillo. He is not being paid. I mean, I don't know what he has to gain from saying this, especially because he said, I asked him in the interview, you can watch it. I said, are you still in contact with Diddy? Do you still talk to him? And he's like, no. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know what he would have to gain from that. That's all I'm going to say. So I encourage everybody to watch the full interview. I mean, I definitely got a lot of hate, which is interesting. I, as a journalist, as a reporter, I want to find people like Raymond. I want to find jurors. I want to find people that, have direct experience with defendants or with, people in certain cases. And I don't think that reporters or journalists should be penalized for that just because this person was convicted of doing something, not great, very bad. Obviously we all saw the video of Cassie. That's horrific. There is no excuse for that. However, I don't know what this guy's going to say to me, right? When I interview him, he tells me all this stuff, I'm reacting, and that's that. So I always find it interesting when people are like, you know, it's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure, but like, I'm so disappointed in you and I'm like, okay. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, when this guy tells me something that Diddy said, am I supposed to say, you're lying? You're a liar. He's a piece of crap. I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't anyway. But you guys know that I am all over Diddy, his case, his story, his coverage. I will keep everybody posted there. And have a happy Halloween. Okay, have a safe and happy Halloween. And I will see you guys Monday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to LA Magazine. I'm Lauren Conlin. Thanks for being here.